Okay, all we need to do is add one more bit of functionality to the grid view, and that is we're going to add a complete button in the grid. When somebody clicks on it, it will mark the completed flag in the database as true, and that should no longer appear in our list of pizzas to be created and delivered. So let us continue on with this example. I think the first thing we're going to need to do is, let's just try one thing real quick here. I'm going to go to the edit columns. I'm going to leave auto-generate fields on. I don't care how you want to do this. That's fine with me. The only thing that really matters is to add that button field. And it should be complete. Should be the text. And let's go ahead and click OK to that. And that'll be the first column there. So let's see what happens now when we run the application. Again, if you want to add all the individual columns or just certain columns, that's fine with me. But this is the way I'm going to do it right here. I'm just going to let it auto-generate all the columns, but we'll add that complete flag in the first column there. Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do, going back to source here. Oh, actually, let's go to the design view. We could do it in source, but this is how I showed you how to do it previously. So row command, let's double click that. And here's where we're going to determine which row was clicked. And remember, I showed you how to do this in a whole dedicated video. So here we go. We're going to get, first of all, determine which row that we're working with here. And that would be the command argument that's passed in here, GridView command argument C. And that'll give us the command argument, which will give us the row, and we just need to convert that. So equals convert.toInt32, like so. Now that we have the row number, we have to create a new GridView row object. So GridView row equals GridView1 dot rows, and we need that index, and that'll give us the row object. Now we can reference the cells in that row. So let's go value equals row dot cells, and we want the, I think it was the second cell had the order ID, right? So text.toString. All right, so now that we have that out, we should be able to basically derive the order ID. So we should be able to do like good.parse and then pass in the value like that. And now we will need, now that we have which order should be completed, we're going to need to make a call down to the domain layer and then down into the persistence layer. So this is what I want to be able to do: domain.orderManager.complete order, and I want to pass it the order ID, which should be a GUID. And then I want to refresh the grid after that, which we'll worry about that later. All right, so to do this, I'm going to go to the domain layer, and I'm going to go to the order manager, and I'm going to add, well, hold on, where was I? Here. So I'm just going to hit control period on my keyboard. I'm going to generate that method stub, and that should give me what I need. Get orders. There we go. Yeah, it even gave me the GUID. Cool. And all I should be able to have to do here is just call persistence.orderRepository dot, and then I want to do like this, complete order, and then pass in the order ID. Just keep driving it down. And here again, I'm going to hit control period on my keyboard and then click generate method stub. And that opens up the order repository. Let's roll some of this stuff up. All right, complete order. So this should be pretty easy. We've learned how to update a given property of an entity in the database, and we just have to do this. Papa Bob's entities, or let's just do var db equals Papa Bob's entities, new Papa Bob's entities, like that. All right, and then let's grab the order. So we would do db.orders.first. I'll do first or default, but you could just use first. And then p.order ID equals order ID that was passed in. That should give us the first item. And then we'll just say order.completed equals true, and then we'll just save that back to the database. So db.savechanges, like that. That should be all we need to do. So let's go ahead and run it and see if it works. All right, I'm going to finish Grant's Pizza first, so I'm going to hit complete. And I didn't see any errors, so let's stop this and then go over to the and look at our database. Look at the orders, show table data, and we're looking that Grants was completed equals true. So which one's Grants? It's this first row, and completed equals true. We did it. We have one last thing we need to do, and that is to refresh the grid here. And so I have an idea. What we'll just do is private void refresh grid, or grid view, right? And then I'll just do this. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, cool. So let's do that. Refresh the grid. Bam. Just call this refresh grid view. Awesome. Copy that, and I'll put that here. All right, let's run one more time. Okay. Notice that only Conrad's order shows up because it's completed as false. Now I'm going to click the complete, and it should be gone. Let's go and order another pizza. So we'll go through the full cycle here. So default, SPX. I'm going to create one for Beth. Pepperoni, green peppers, Beth, wherever, it don't matter. And then cache is fine. Order success. Let's go to the order manager or order management. Shows up. Green peppers, pepperoni. Whoop! Total cost is 0. What happened there? Huh? We got a bug. We have a bug we got to figure out. Why did we not get a total cost? So probably this bug's been in there for a couple of videos now. You may have recognized it. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I'm a moron. This is why it's not working. Now it occurred to me. Where do I do that mapping? I just forgot a field in the mapping. Order. I'm all flustered now. Persistence. This is where it happened or did not happen. This is where testing and getting other people to look at your code really does help. Convert to DTO. Of course. But of course I forgot the most important field of all. Isn't it funny how I blame Microsoft for something I did? What? They can't render a decimal in a grid view? Ah! Oh, sorry, that was my fault. That's what I always say. Chances are Microsoft's not the one at fault whenever you find something wrong with your program. All right, let's go back to order management this time. Okay. All right, well, that's just the way it works sometimes. You got to fight through it and figure out what you missed and struggle with it a little bit. Hopefully, at least you saw what my thought process was. All right, so we finished this mega challenge. We finished this course. Here's the thing. I know you probably didn't get this on the first try. You needed some help. That is just fine. Take your time and don't move on until you can do this on your own without watching these videos. Try the challenge again tomorrow. Try the challenge again the next day until you know how to create the layers and how you can do all the things that we did in this example. Create your own examples that just focus on one little piece of this if you know that's a weakness or something you don't fully understand. I create lots of little throwaway projects I call delete me 1, delete me 2, delete me 3, and so that I can understand something. And I spend the time to figure it out. It will save me time in the future, and it probably opens up my understanding to other things not related specifically to that. It might give me some other insights. Okay, so that's how I would solve it. If you have a better solution to any part of this, go ahead and post it in the comments for any of these solution videos, and then at least you can have that. Other people can see what you did and maybe come up with a better solution than what I came up with. I'd be fine with that. Okay, so that's it. I'll have some closing comments for the course, and then it will be yours, and we will move on to the next course in the curriculum. See you there. Thanks.